Hi, welcome back. We are going to be reviewing every single cream eyeshadow formula that I own. I'm really not going to babble on because I'm hoping this will not end up being the longest video ever created on my channel. There are several formulas that I forgot that I even had. I didn't even realize that I had this many cream eyeshadows. But there are several. So we're gonna be doing a 5-star scale. I don't wanna get too crazy out of hand with a 10-star. So it's gonna be a 5-star scale. I'm gonna give you a brief rundown of each formula and then present you with my rating. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, we're gonna start out with a pretty solid formula. This is Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. I overall really enjoy these eyeshadows. There are particular colors I prefer over others. I think that they perform a little bit better. Rose Gold and Jean are my two most used. Super creamy, easy to apply, definitely considered a one and done eyeshadow. I'm gonna give this at least probably a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna take down a star because price-wise, they are pricey. And I think some things that I'm going to talk about in the video later on could give you a similar effect. But overall, they are gorgeous, stunning. They layer well. You can apply toppers on top of them and they just really stand out. L'Oreal Brilliant Eyes Liquid Eyeshadows. So this is, I'm going to be talking about like cream liquid hybrids. This is more of a liquid formula. It's kind of moussey in texture. But this is one of those products that I think you could get a similar effect with if you didn't want to splurge on the Charlotte Tilbury. I love these. I think they're stunning. They're beautiful. They're really long lasting. They give you enough time to blend out before they've really sat on your eyes. I'm going to go ahead and say 4.5 for me. For a drugstore eyeshadow, this is definitely one of my most reached for formulas. I use them all the time in videos. I oftentimes mix the shades that I have to kind of get a custom color, which you can totally do, but otherwise stunning on the eyes, super long wearing. A couple of you have come back to me and have said that you got some glitter fallout with these. And I don't know if it's particular shades, but I have never experienced that, so I can't cut that off for now. But I did want to put a disclaimer that some of you have given me feedback about glitter fallout. And I mean, the shades I own are really metallic-y. They don't really have like chunks of glitter in them. So I feel like it might be a shade thing. Giorgio Armani Eye Tints. These are beautiful. They are very sheer. Actually, I'm wearing the shade number, I think it's number 12 on my eyes. I'll put it in the info box. I'm wearing number 12 with a little bit of a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow topper over the top. But by itself, it's still stunning. So these are very sheer liquid eyeshadows. They're sheer in the sense that when you apply them, you're not going to get like a full coverage opaque look like a caviar stick, but they do make the eyes pop. The formula is very reflective, very luminescent, and they just have a stunning way to really give your eyes that soft popped effect without really having like a ton of color or a ton of color payoff. They are unique little guys, but they are on the pricier end, and for that I'm going to stamp them with about a 3.8. They could probably bumped up into a 4 because I think that they are really user friendly. I think that they would fit multiple skin tones, and they do give just that soft, like no effort pop to the eyes. However, you could very easily get a similar effect with the L'Oreal Brilliant Eyes as well. So I'm gonna stick with like a solid 3.8 on these. Also, I do think the L'Oreal ones are a little bit longer wearing. So I'm gonna stick with a solid 3.8 on the Armani Eye Tints. RMS Eye Polishes. I so desperately want to love these and use these more than I do, but unfortunately, I just don't find that the longevity is there for me. I really do have a hard time with them creasing on my eyes way more than other shadows. I think there might be a coconut oil derivative in this or something that just causes them to break down really quick on my eyes. Really beautiful colors. I own 2 shades and they look stunning and immaculate when applied. But within a couple hours, they've really broken down on my eyes. So for that, I think I'm gonna probably peg these at a 2, 2.5, just because I can't get anywhere with the longevity on them. I do give them credit for the blendability, super easy to apply and really pretty colors, but I need a little bit more longevity out of them. Ulta Beauty Matte Cream Eyeshadows. They were kind of like a big surprise when I purchased them and started using them. I was very surprised at the color payoff. I was surprised at how long they lasted on the lids. So these are definitely, or this is a formula that has surprised me. And I think that if you are into matte shades and you can't seem to find like a matte cream eyeshadow formula that lasts on you, definitely give these a try because I think they have great longevity. My only negative point is that there's just not a good color selection. At least the last time that I looked at these, there's like 4 or 5 colors and they're kind of all in this same really interesting like putty realm. So I'm wondering if like Ulta was just meaning for these to be like an eyeshadow base maybe. It says primer infused and waterproof, so maybe these initially were just supposed to be, you know, like something to prep the eyes with. But I have used them for just an all over eyelid look and I have been pleased. So I'm gonna give this formula 4 stars because it kind of has everything that I like in a cream eyeshadow formula. Very easy to apply, neutral, and has longevity. So 4 stars. So moving on, we have Auric cream to powder eyeshadow. So these are cream on the bottom and then a nice little glitter topper on top. So I'm really only going to be speaking in terms of the cream eyeshadow formula. I have to be honest, these are not ones that I reach for often, and I think it's probably just the shades. I think the shades within the lineup just aren't speaking to me. For me, I just have like my dead set Bobbi Brown Longwear cream shadow sticks or caviar sticks that I know, and I know the shades and I know which ones are going to give me a specific look, and I don't feel like I have that with the Auric cream shadows. Overall, the application on these, perfectly fine. I had no issues applying them. I think that, again, it's kind of just a color thing with me. The 3 shades that I have just aren't ones that I reach for often. From what I recall, the longevity with these were different, like with different shades, I had a different experience. But overall, I think that the shades just would have to speak to you for you to invest in these. They are a little bit more on the pricey side. So I'm gonna mark these at a 3 to 3.5. I think it is a great concept to have the topper on top and then the cream on the bottom because you can easily get like a 2 and done style look. And I will be purchasing, if more shades do become available at some point, I will be purchasing more because I am intrigued by them. I see where Samantha is going with the formula on these. I just want my it shade. You know what I mean? Like my it little compact that matches my skin tone perfectly, that I feel I just can throw on super quickly and head out the door. By Terry Ombre Black Star. These are beautiful cream eyeshadows. They come in some beautiful colors. I don't think there's a shade that I don't like. However, they are very comparable to my caviar sticks and also my Bobbi Brown Longwear cream shadow sticks, and they are significantly more expensive. I think these run around like the $38 range. I'll correct down below. Whereas, you know, caviar sticks and Bobbi Brown sticks are going to be in the $28 to $29 range, sometimes cheaper when they do sales. So it is hard for me to justify these because I feel like they have a very similar longevity to a caviar stick, and the shades are really pretty. But By Terry is a luxury brand, so you are paying more for the luxury and the name of it. So these are definitely going to get a star removed for the uptick in price. So I would go ahead and mark these at a 4 star. They are beautiful eyeshadows. They perform really well. Solid product. But again, there are some that are going to give you similar results for cheaper. Thrive Causemetics Brilliant Eye Brighteners. Okay, so this is kind of, again, a color thing for me. I feel like I haven't found a shade that really speaks to me within this lineup. The particular formula on these I find to be satin. Like, you're not going to get a bam in your face type of look. For example, I love using Laura Mercier Intense Amethyst for a really glossy, like high shine, high sparkle look on the eye. You're really not going to find that within this formula. I find all of these shades to be on the satin side, meaning they're not really matte, but they're also not shimmery. They're just kind of floating somewhere in between. And what I oftentimes find myself doing with these, especially with the lighter colors, is I'll use them as like a little inner corner shadow highlight. That's generally just how I tend to use these, because if I am going in with a cream shadow stick, generally it's going to be something to give my eyes a little bit of a pop. And I just don't find with my skin tone that these satin shades do that. I think if you have a deeper complexion, satin shades tend to pop a little bit more. Also, if you have mature skin and you just find that, you know, a shimmery shadow stick is a little bit too much for you, this might be a formula to look into. Overall, I'm going to give these a 3.5 star rating. I'd like to see some different finishes. I'd like to see some matte. I'd like to see some more intense finishes. Also, just expansion in the colors. I know they've come out with a few new colors recently, but I want to see a little bit more coming from these. The longevity has always been really nice on these for me. No issues there. But yeah. I want to see some mattes. I want to see some glossy, like shimmer shades. Oh, okay. Glossier Sky Wash. I am really not sure where to start with these. They're just a very interesting formula. I am not the biggest fan of these shadows. I wanted to love them so desperately, but they are so watery in finish and they just kind of shear away to nothing. And it's one thing if you can kind of build that up and go from there, but you really can't. And it just kind of turns into a hot mess when you try to, you can't really use like two colors together, in my opinion. They just kind of muddle together. The formula to me has like some presence of oil in it, so I think that's why they just kind of like slip and slide around on my eyes. Just overall longevity, it's just not there for me. Color payoff, they're supposed to be sheer, I understand that, but it's almost to the point of like, you know, what's the point? I think these are going to come in at probably my lowest rating. They might be my lowest one today. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of just like winging my ratings here based on like my feelings that are evoked when I look. But I'm just going to give these like a 1.5. I mean, if you're someone that loves Glossier and you're cool with just throwing something on that's probably going to slide off by the end of the day, that's on you. This is a shameless plug for myself, and I realize some people are going to be mad at me because this product is no longer made, but this is my shameless shout out to Bite Beauty right now. If you are watching this, please bring this product back. I just look at it and I get so upset because I can't use it in videos because they don't make it anymore. But this is the Prismatic Multi-Stick in the shade Oyster Pearl. Oh my God, this was so beautiful. I still wear it like off camera because I just don't want people to be mad that they can't get it anymore. But this is a stunning eyeshadow formula. It's just no words. It looked beautiful. One and done, throw on, unique color. Like people look at your eyes and they're like, what do you have on your eyes? It's such like a beautiful undone like style of shadow. And the shade within itself was just, I don't know, just nothing like I don't have anything in my collection like it. So this was a banger for me, 5 out of 5. I love this so much. Bite Beauty, bring it back, please. e.l.f. No Budge Cream Shadow Sticks. I actually find the formula of these to be very similar to the Thrive Causemetics Cream Eyeshadow Sticks. They all, to me, tend to have that satin finish. I do own one. I think it's called Diamond Drip. Is it called Diamond? No, it's not Diamond Drip. Crystal something. It's just kind of like the champagne toned one. That one has a little bit more of a higher shine. Oh my God, I'm holding it right now. Champagne Crystal. This one has a little bit more of like a high shine glitter finish, but overall these stay on my eyes really well. I think the color lineup for the price, I mean, you know, these are like, I think $3 to $5. It's not too shabby, honestly. And I have created several looks with these on my channel, and I feel like most people wouldn't know the difference seeing them compared to, you know, some of my other shadow sticks. So I'm going to give these a solid 4 3.8, 4. Would like to see, again, some more range going on, like some more matte colors, just overall an expansion in general. But I think for the price point, they're not doing too bad. Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks. I think there's no secret here. I love these. And I get asked a lot, well, which one do you like more? Laura Mercier Caviar Stick or Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick? And the comparison between the two, they are similar in formulas. But what I found is I really enjoy a lot of the Bobbi Brown matte shades a little bit more than the Caviar Stick shades, and vice versa. So I enjoy the Caviar Stick shimmery shades and intense shades more than I do the Bobbi Brown shimmery shades. I think the Bobbi Brown cream shadow sticks shine a little bit more in their matte shades, whereas the Caviar Sticks shine a little bit more in their intense and shimmery shades. So that's how I would answer that question. Also, it's kind of 50-50. There are certain shades in the Bobbi Brown shadow sticks that don't last as long on me. And then same thing goes for Caviar Sticks. There's certain shades within the Caviar Stick lineup that don't last as long on me. I mean, overall, Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks, they have classic shades that are going to match all different skin tones, great color range. Like I said, I think they shine in their mattes. And I kind of just no fuss. Like you look at a color and you can see like, oh yes, that's a color that I would love. That's a color that I would use daily. So, I mean, I give these 5 because I use them so often. I think they're stunning. I think they're high quality, beautiful products. Okay, I just had to get Max up from a nap and Ollie is trying to swing this door open right now. So if the door randomly opens, it's not a ghost in my house, it's just Ollie. Okay, I think we left off with Bobbi Brown. Amazing formula, love those staples in my collection. So let's move along. This is an old school, like an oldie but a goodie, and it's MAC paint pots. I still think that these are phenomenal. They're great multitaskers. You can use them as primers for a powder eyeshadow, or they have a lot of stunning shades that you can just wear by themselves. And I have never had a problem with longevity with these. That's what they were made for. They were initially, what are you doing? They were initially made to be primers. These still get a 5 out of 5 for me. Yeah, they're classics. I would be doing a disservice to give them anything less. I've been purposely leaving Caviar Sticks towards the end because we know they're a 5, they're a 10. They have been spoken about so many times on my channel. It's just a broken record. So same thing applies for these. Like I said, there are certain shades in Caviar Sticks that don't wear as long on me as others do. Same thing goes for the Bobbi Brown formula. But overall, as a whole, rarely is there a color that gives me an issue in this lineup. So it's a 5. Always and forever. Now, Laura Mercier also came out with these Caviar Chrome Veils. They are more of a liquid style eyeshadow. I don't particularly love these. I didn't have a great experience. You're silly. I didn't have that great of an experience using these. They are very sheer. So they remind me of the Armani Eye Tint, but less pigment. And the Armani Eye Tints are supposed to be sheer. So I just found that these wouldn't build up for me. I didn't think they were super long wearing. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna label these in probably the same as okay, I'm not gonna put them in the Sky Wash category. Let's give these a solid 2. Some of the shades were good as toppers, but overall, as an overall eyeshadow, wasn't crazy about them. Kiko Milano, these are pretty affordable cream shadow sticks. Overall, I think these are worth trying because they are similar. They definitely are similar to some of the higher end counterparts, but I think they're like $8 a piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these like a 3.8. It is kind of hit or miss on which shades are the longer wearing and which ones are more pigmented than others. But I've also heard that these are made in the same factory as the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have seen several comments of people saying that. So, okay, I think this is the last one. Forgive me if I forgot one. I thought I went through everything carefully to make sure I got all of my cream shadows, but this was the last one in my collection, and I think it's the only one I've ever tried. It's Charlotte Tilbury's Color Chameleon, and I have Amber Haze. I feel like I haven't tried these enough to really give a solid review. I wouldn't say that Amber, Max keeps screaming and I'm having to repeat myself 100 times, but I wouldn't say Amber is a shade that I reach for often, so I haven't used this one a ton. But I do know the times that I have used it, I haven't had any issues with application or longevity. So let's go ahead and just kind of plop these in the middle. Probably like a solid 3.5. I need to test out some more colors though. So I'm gonna remain neutral on this one. Okay, I think that is it. I think those are all of my cream shadows. I've probably forgot like a major one somehow. It's probably in like my travel makeup bag. But I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a breakdown of my cream shadow collection and seeing which ones, you know, I reach for often, which I think is obvious. And which ones, you know, are just kind of like here and there shades. So let me know if you have any cream shadows you want me to test out in the future. I feel like I haven't bought any cream shadows in a while for obvious reasons. But I hope you enjoyed the video anyways, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.